Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something getting a lot of buzz. The Proxmox VE 9.0 beta. And you've shared this, well, really fascinating collection of sources with us, real-world stuff from the community, people who've actually, taken the leap from 8.4 to this new beta.
That's right. And it's quite a mix of experiences.
So our mission for this deep dive, it's pretty clear. We're going to unpack that unfiltered community feeling. We want to know who managed the upgrade smoothly, who hit snags,
Yeah.
and what are the key takeaways, really, from the trenches, from people doing real-world upgrades.
Uh-huh.
The goal is basically to get straight to the heart of whether you should maybe think about upgrading now, or if maybe it's smarter to just wait.
And that's such a critical question, isn't it? Because system upgrades, well, they always feel high stakes, especially when you're talking production environments.
Absolutely.
And what's really useful about the sources you've pulled together is just how varied everything is.
Yeah.
The experiences, the advice, it's all over the place. So this gives us a chance to get a really balanced view, which honestly is exactly what you need before you make that call for your own setup.
Okay, so let's dive in then. Let's start with the positives. Some early adopters, they just jumped right in.
Yeah, some did, and for many, it was maybe surprisingly pretty smooth. We saw quite a few reports where users basically said everything went smoothly. Like WeHooey, they're actually a Proxmox Gold partner, so, they know their stuff.
Right.
They upgraded 2 clusters. One was a 2-node, the other a 4-node running Ceph.
Okay, serious setups then.
Definitely. And their report was, and I quote, almost nothing but good news. Only one sort of minor hiccup around NIC name pinning, where network names change after a reboot sometimes.
Yeah, that old chestnut. Annoying.
Exactly. And they said that issue was already there on one cluster anyway, so not really a new problem from the beta. Plus, they gave an early thumbs up for the new SDN Fabrics feature.
Oh, the software-defined networking. Tell me more about that. Why is that a big deal?
Well, it lets you manage networking through software right inside Proxmox.
Oh.
Much more flexible, more automation, especially if you've got complex network needs or a bigger environment. It's a pretty significant addition.
Okay, so that's a strong start. A gold partner giving it the nod on Ceph clusters.
Yeah.
Any other, quick wins people reported?
Yeah, absolutely. There was also West Expert 4639. Their feedback was super concise, but really powerful. Just rock solid, third uptime for now.
Wow, rock solid on a beta after 3 days.
Right. In the world of production or even serious home labs, hearing rock solid that early, that really says something about the initial stability for some users at least.
Okay, interesting. Now, something that really caught my eye thinking about folks managing storage, the ZFS users. It seems like this beta is, I don't know, a real game changer for them. What's the specific thing here?
Oh, absolutely. For ZFS users, this beta feels like a genuine gift. The key thing, the really big one, is the ability to finally expand RAIDZ pools.
That's been requested for ages, hasn't it?
Forever. And we saw one user, Fluffy Pocket Jesus, great name, by the way.
Okay.
They specifically upgraded because they desperately needed the new ZFS version just for this feature.
And how did it go for them?
They said they upgraded without a hitch and, quote, running perfectly so far.
Wow.
And this isn't just like a minor convenience. It fundamentally changes how you scale ZFS storage. Before, you often had to do these costly, kind of risky full rebuilds to add capacity to a RAID.
Right, back up everything, destroy the pool, rebuild, restore. Nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this new feature just opens up way more options for growth, for long-term planning within Proxmox using ZFS. It's huge.
Okay, that's a really compelling reason for some people to jump in, but of course it is a beta. Things aren't always smooth sailing. Let's talk about the other side of the coin. Where did users run into trouble? What were the warnings?
Yeah, and what's fascinating is how specific things can suddenly become major pain points in a beta release. Take networking folks, for example, network administrators.
Yeah.
There seems to be this known, still outstanding bug that broke IPv6 and up-down 2. That's the system that, sets up network interfaces when the machine boots.
Oof, breaking IPv6 is not minor for some setups.
Not at all. We saw Cytobe asking about this specific bug, and
Yeah.
WeHooey, the gold partner, again, actually responded. They mentioned there were delays getting a patch from the maintainer, Appalled, who's a key Proxmox dev. So the takeaway was pretty clear. If you're, quote, relying heavily on IPv6, don't expect miracles out of the box.
Right. Don't assume it's fixed yet.
Exactly. It really highlights a key lesson for any beta testing, doesn't it? Even seemingly small bugs in core stuff like networking can totally wreck a critical service if that's what your setup depends on.
Yeah.
It really underlines why you need to test very specifically for your own configurations, especially if they're a bit less common.
That makes sense. And that caution probably feeds into the people saying, just wait, right?
Absolutely. That feeds right into the general feeling of, well, maybe waiting is smarter for now. We saw Miss Debris 1123 put it pretty bluntly. My experience is to wait for 9.1 and thank the early adopters.
Huh. Let others find the bugs.
Pretty much. And Scar in 1963 kind of echoed that, saying there's very little difference between 8.4.5 and 9.0 anyway.
Interesting perspective. So for them, the new features maybe don't outweigh the beta risks.
Exactly. Especially if their current 8.4 system is humming along nicely, why rock the boat, you know?
Right. So it's not just core features, but the things around Proxmox, too. You mentioned custom configurations facing challenges.
Yeah, and this is a big one for some users. We're kind of calling it the script problem.
Okay.
Ivan's dropped some bad news. Can't use the kill scripts anymore without forking it yourself.
Oh, wow. What kind of tricks are we talking about?
These are often those really useful community-contributed scripts, things that automate common tasks, maybe monitoring, system hardening, custom backups, stuff like that.
Gotcha. The things that make life easier.
Precisely. And the frustration was real. We saw Slight Manufacturer 6 chime in with, "That's crap. The scripts are one of the things that make Proxmox awesome."
Yeah, I can see that being a major headache if you rely on those.
Definitely. So if you use community scripts heavily for automation or monitoring, you should absolutely expect some things to break. You might need to update them yourself or find alternatives or, like Ivan Zud said, fork the original and fix it.
It's a common thing with major version upgrades, I guess, but still a significant pain point if that's core to your workflow.
No doubt about it.
Okay, but it wasn't all negative on the testing front, was it? I saw something about backups.
Ah, yes. The backup testers. That was actually some pretty good news, considering Golbal specifically tested the upgrade path on Proxmox Backup Server, PBS.
Right, the companion product.
Yeah, and the report was basically, so far the only problem I could find is that POST notifications aren't working.
POST notifications, like after a backup job finishes.
Yeah, those little alerts. So think about it. Backups are absolutely critical, right? The last thing you want to upgrade to break.
Oh, absolutely. Top priority.
So if the worst bug found on the backup server upgrade is just a notification glitch,
That's actually kind of a win, isn't it?
totally. It's just the core backup and restore functionality is likely solid. No catastrophic data loss reported,
Yes.
just a minor annoyance. That points to a pretty robust core system, even in beta.
Okay, that's reassuring. So given all this mixed feedback, some smooth sailing, some ZFS wins, some networking and script headaches, it really brings up that big question. How should you, listening now, actually approach an upgrade like this? Especially given it's a beta.
Right. And this is where the community advice was actually quite consistent. The overwhelming recommendation was build DIY test clusters.
Ah, test it yourself first. Makes sense.
Exactly. Users like LD Forget just suggested simply fire up a VM and install Proxmox in it. Easy enough. And Cytobe took it even a step further, saying, install 8.4 in a VM, then upgrade it to 9, then you will know and can tell the rest of us.
Ha. Contribute back to the knowledge pool.
Why not? But the core advice was loud and clear from pretty much everyone. Don't just YOLO your way into a broken production cluster.
Please don't.
Test. Test it thoroughly. Then test it again. Learn from what these early adopters found, sure, but verify it on a non-critical system that mirrors your own setup as closely as possible.
Okay, that feels like really solid, practical advice. Don't
Yeah.
be the crash test dummy for your own essential services.
Precisely.
So let's try and wrap this up, bringing it all together.
Yeah.
What does this mean for you, the listener? Can we summarize that consensus from the community?
Yeah, I think we can distill it down, basically. If you're curious, maybe you have a lab cluster or just a test machine, and you're okay with potentially hitting some bumps and doing some tinkering, then yeah, go for it. Especially if you follow the official docs and use that pitchy 8 to 9 checklist script first. That seems to help smooth things out.
Okay, so the curious and the testers, probably okay with caveats.
Right. Then second group. If you're running Ceph or heavily using ZFS, well, the upgrade looks even more appealing. Those new SDN fabrics for network control, and especially that RAIDZ expansion for ZFS, those are real tangible benefits you get now.
So a stronger pull for the storage and networking power users.
Definitely. But third group. If you rely heavily on those custom scripts we talked about, or if you have a really complex network setup, maybe heavy SDN already, or critical IPv6 reliance, then honestly, Expect some headaches. Be prepared for bugs, for compatibility issues. They're still there, especially in those areas. You'll need to invest time fixing things.
So caution flags up for customizers and complex networkers.
Yep. And finally, the fourth group. If stability is absolutely king for your systems, if you just cannot afford downtime or unexpected problems,
Yeah, the production crowd.
then do what the cautious crew is doing. Just wait. Wait for 9.1, maybe even 9.2. Let the community and the Proxmox team iron out all the wrinkles.
Okay, that's a really clear breakdown. So it's not a disaster beta, not at all,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not a just click upgrade and forget it situation either, especially for critical systems. It really comes down to your specific setup, your needs, and, well, your tolerance for potential beta level issues.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And you know, that quote from Follow Me Delicious really sums up the whole beta experience perfectly.
Which one was that?
They said, it's a beta. If you're backed up and okay with reinstalling if it goes bad, give it a go and let us know what happens.
The classic beta tester mantra. Be prepared for the worst, hope for the best, and report your findings.
Exactly. Back up, back up, back up.
So thinking about all this, all the nuances we've discussed, here's something for you to mull over. What's your personal threshold? When you look at early access software like this Proxmox 9.0 beta, where do you draw the line? Is the promise of those shiny new features like RAIDZ expansion worth dealing with the potential rough edges? Or is rock-solid stability always king for your systems?
That's the real question, isn't it?
It is something to consider for your own needs, your own resources, the next time you face a decision like this. Hopefully, this deep dive gave you some good food for thought.